A high-strung Hollywood agent's life begins to fall apart when he receives an anonymous letter in a purple envelope inviting him to a secret rendezvous. The Beta Test is Jim Cummings' third feature-length film. Just a few years ago, he was producing Little Dicky music videos to upload to YouTube, and now he is my favorite up-and-coming director in Hollywood. Jim Cummings is one of those guys you just can't help but like. Off-screen, he seems so genuine and down-to-earth, and he's ridiculously good-looking. And on top of that, he writes and directs and stars in and edits and does the Foley work and the score for his movies. He really is a one-man show. And while all three of his movies were made with a small budget independently, you would never know it because they look and sound so excellent. There's a 20-minute making of the Beta Test on YouTube that I watched, and it just makes me like him and his filmmaking process that much more. The Beta Test is about a dying breed of blood-sucking Hollywood executives and how they're losing momentum with filmmakers who have found ways to make movies without the help of these corporate overlords. And that's exactly how co-directors Jim Cummings and PJ McCabe made the Beta Test. They used crowdfunding to fund the movie, and they own 100% of it, completely cutting out these Hollywood executives. This movie was made on a shoestring budget, and it wasn't edited in a big Hollywood studio. It looks like it was edited in someone's garage. Because these creative filmmakers are able to make the movies they want to make without the deep pockets of Hollywood executives, it has those executives scared that they're losing their grip, exploiting these filmmakers that have made them rich. In Jim Cummings' first movie, Thunder Road, he plays a high-strung police officer going through a divorce, trying to be a good dad, who just lost his mother. In his second movie, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, he plays a high-strung police officer who is divorced, trying to be a good dad while dealing with a dying father and werewolves. And then he even had a cameo in Halloween Kills where he played, you guessed it, a high-strung police officer. So when the Beta Test came out, I couldn't wait to see what kind of hijinks our high-strung police officer was going to get into. I was disappointed to learn that he was actually playing a high-strung Hollywood agent, but then about halfway through the movie, he starts impersonating a police officer, and all was right in the Jim Cummings world for me. The Beta Test is a mix of a bunch of different genres, and all are done very well. First, it's a satire of Hollywood agents and the ever-changing landscape of independent filmmaking, and that also includes a lot of stuff about the downfall of Harvey Weinstein. It's also a hilarious comedy with an over-the-top performance by Jim Cummings, who is just too weak-willed and high-strung to avoid getting himself mixed up into things that would easily be avoided if he just had stronger will. And it's so fun to watch him spiral out of control when he just cannot control the situations he gets himself into. And even though Jim Cummings plays the same character in every one of his movies, I still just cannot wait to see how he's going to react in whatever situations he's created. And the opening scene of the Beta Test is a shocking and effective horror movie mixed with a sci-fi dystopian Black Mirror style plot. And that plot features some technology that could exist today and could ruin a lot of people's lives if it was used in the wrong way. And then there are some pretty sexy scenes that were clearly inspired by Eyes Wide Shut. At times, I felt like Jim Cummings and PJ McCabe maybe tried to fit a little bit too many plot points into this 90-minute movie, but I never knew where it was going, and I had a smile on my face the whole time, was always on the edge of my seat, so I guess maybe it wasn't really a negative that they tried to squeeze so much into it. If anything, the fact that some things weren't fully explored just gives the audience something to talk about with their friends after watching it. I do have one little small gripe though. In the movie, Jim Cummings' character drives a Tesla, and in one scene as he's driving away, that car is making regular engine noises, and Teslas do not make regular engine noises. Obviously, that little inconsistency did not take away from my enjoyment. I just wanted to point it out. And while I wouldn't call the Beta Test a masterpiece, you can see the seeds of greatness from its filmmaker, Jim Cummings. And even though I don't think this is the movie that's going to do it, I do believe that he will become a household name in the next few years. He's just too talented not to. Checking your teeth after pulling off a whitening strip, having dinner with your fiancé, improvised face coverings, obsessively checking the mail, overreacting in every situation, putting purple envelopes in your mouth,